Cutscene time. Ryu walks into this huge pile of garbage. The way the world is structured, the further down below the surface you get, the lower society is and the worse the world is. But as you get close to the surface, you kind of have like the upper levels of society and the sort of better living conditions. So that's how all that works. And Ryu just lets this huge Cyclops motherfucker walk off with the little girl. Or does he? No, he does not, since this is an RPG and the main character always has to be like that. And here we have Ryu doing his best Sephiroth impression. Sadly, this Cyclops here is not a flower girl from Sector 7, so it proceeds to throw him off and be all like, fuck you, I'm going to kill you, and it just completely shrugs off the damage. Ryu's eyes red this whole time, which is odd. We have some obligatory slow motion here. You can see pieces of rubble and shit sort of fly up. And he just punched where Ryu was. And Ryu is moving ridiculously fast and proceeds to slash off the Cyclops' arm. And he just risked his life for someone he doesn't even know. Because that's the kind of guy Ryu is. If he didn't get like some of the stuff that there was kind of pointing to earlier on, Ryu tends to fight a lot of Gen X, and he's like a really nice guy, as opposed to Bosch, who's a bit of a dick. That's why Ryu has such high scores and stuff. He's always out trying to save people and shit like that. Seemingly, that's sort of his character and personality. Ryu always tends to be sort of an upstanding type guy. Okay, this is our first real boss fight, and it's pretty hard. He's one of these charge bosses that charges one turn and then attacks on the other. But there's a very easy way to get around this. You're going to see me exploit the hell out of it. Remember how I said that the kick is extremely awesome from a tactical point of view? Well, it is. Here I'm going to try stockpiling a bunch of AP. As you can see, it builds up between turns. And I kind of fucked up a little bit there. He actually could have just walked up and punched me. That was not good, but fortunately he decided to charge again, even though it's pointless to do that. And I wasted a bunch of my AP slicing over and over. You want to keep an eye on your AP and estimate, once you get around 30 or 20, that's when you want to hold down R2 and hit X to do the kick. At least if you have it set up the way I do. I don't know if you do or not. But yes, then you can kick him back quite a bit. And since he doesn't have a very large movement range, as opposed to Ryu, which has a pretty decent movement range, you can keep him at arm's length. You don't have to worry about him getting near Winged Girl here, since, after all, he's trying to take her away, he's not trying to kill her. If he wanted to kill her, he already would have done so. So, don't worry if he gets, like, right next to her. It's not one of those battles where you have to protect the person. No, you can just stay back. You can keep moving after your AP hits 0, but you can't end the turn that way. You'll notice that the ring turns red whenever I move past my AP rating, or after my AP drops to 0. So that's why that works that way. You have to move back into somewhere where you either have 0 AP and you just hit 0, or you have like a couple AP left. Generally, the way I take this guy down is I stockpile a bunch of AP, I slice a bunch of times, then I kick him away. Then I keep doing that over and over. He doesn't even get the chance to attack. You just hold him like right out there. He can't move even close. The only thing he can do is charge up attacks, and that's not going to do a damn thing if he can't actually land a hit on you. You can easily clear this fight without taking so much as a single hit of damage, which is good because this guy hits really hard. He can take off like half your health in one hit. I'm sure he has ended quite a few lives over the years among the handful of people who have probably actually picked up this game. Shame on you all. It's a very good RPG. You should give it a chance. And he sometimes runs away, so you may have to waste a couple of AP tracking him down. But don't worry if he's not too close. You have a much larger movement range than he does, so you're going to catch up eventually. And sometimes he does walk towards you, even though it's probably not a good idea for him to do that. But yes, stockpiling AP is always a good idea. Look, see? Even though I didn't really do a whole lot, I had enough to walk right up to him if I wanted to. But I'm trying to lure him towards me and keep a decent amount of AP so that I can do a nice lengthy slice combo over and over and end with a kick, which knocks him flat on his ass. Boss fight over without taking a single hit of damage, and we get a tactical bonus for doing that. You get bonus experience points if you finish the battles quickly, if you get like a preemptive strike. There's a couple different things you can do to increase the amount of EXP you get. So it's always very nice to do that whenever possible. And like I said in that fight, you do not want him to hit you because he will hit hard, and it's a very easy boss fight if you use kick at the right times. How ridiculously cute. She's just scared and shit. Duh. It's okay, I got him. Oh, Ryu, you nice bastard. Can you stand? Shouldn't you be carrying her? How very ungentlemanlike. One thing you're noticing about her, she has wings. She has very dark red wings, or light red. I'm Ryu, what's your name? Silence. Nah. She can barely talk, of course. Nina? Your voice. You can't. Yes, that's right, she could barely talk. She's probably going to say less than Ryu for quite a while. Anyway, we have to get out of here, Nina. And is it over? Yeah. Here, let's go. And a nice shot of them shaking hands. Nina joined you. Nina is a recurring character in the Breath of Fire series. She's always a chick with wings. She's been the same character in every game except this one, if I'm not mistaken. And here we have the D-dash. It pretty much allows you to plow through enemies and not get into battle. It's a great way to avoid getting into fights, but I'm not going to use a lot because, one, getting into fights when you're playing a fresh file is very good, and two, it has certain negative penalties that come into play later. Here we have Nina, and you can switch to her. She has very sparkly little wings. She has a very slow attack compared to Ryu's quick slash thing. And her special ability is that she can suck items in. You're not going to be told that for a little while, but that's what it does. And here's her default setup. She has slave clothes, and I don't know why she was allowed to have a magic wand. If you haven't already guessed it, yes, she is what was in that container. Ryu probably should have figured that out by now. If he hasn't already, I don't know if he's aware of that. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But in any case, now that that boss fight is over, I feel like going back here, using the D-dash to make it a little bit quicker. This is pretty much the only dungeon in the game where you can actually use D-dash. Anything beyond this, don't use it at all. Seriously, don't fucking touch D-dash. Don't rely on it. And I'm going to create a save here. You only have one save slot, and you have a temporary save slot as well, which is used when you quit the game and create a temporary save that is deleted whenever you load. And yeah, that's how that goes. Sadly, I am now out of save tokens. Fuck. Fuck you all, and good night.